You know what? Everybody says, oh, I can't wait for 2020 to go. And it's been rocky. But I'm going to be an optimist here. I'm kind of amazed what we as a country have overcome in 2020. I really am. All things considered, and we did not have a leader in the White House who was lubricating society, was mostly trying to agitate half the country. I think in the end, I'm thankful I live in this country. I think there's amazing people. We put our head down. And listen, I live in California. You can't do anything right now, and it's cold. California, when it's cold and you can't go outside, is no fun. So I think it was the strangest. I tell my kids, strangest year of my life, but it made me love America more. Even though we made mistakes, I think a lot of amazing citizens did incredible things.
It really made me look at a lot of things very differently.
Oh,
I was thinking back of on some of the things that feel like so long ago, like The Last Dance giving us 6 weeks of content when there was no sports and we're all collectively watching something we already know what the outcome is.
Yeah, when was that? So March and April, May?
I think it was May, June-ish.
Because you and I, when we went to the pandemic, March and April, we actually got through because of the draft.
Yeah.
And then Michael Jordan saved us for another 7 to 8 weeks.
And then we were like...
And then the NBA season started.
The NBA season was about to
start,
But
there was about a week. I remember you and I, one time we're talking, there was a week when the NBA, some players were saying we're not going to play. Kyrie Irving, I was like, oh, no, don't do that.
I'm not going to lie, I was nervous there.
There was a week when I'm like, if we don't get
NBA,
we're in
trouble.
Big trouble.
Yeah, well, we made it through. So TJ Watt is having an incredible season and has built a strong case for Defensive Player of the Year. He leads the leagues in sacks, tackles for loss, and quarterback hits. And Mike Tomlin spoke about how impressed he is with his star linebacker.
TJ's visiting from another planet, to be quite honest with you. He has freakishly unique talent, coupled with freakishly unique work habits and mindset, and it produces what you guys witness every week, which in my opinion is Defensive Player of the Year quality.
He has 15 sacks, 23 tackles for loss, 41 quarterback hits. All of those are career highs. No other player has even 20 tackles for loss, and he's 10 ahead of the Bengals' Carl Lawson, who is number 2 in quarterback hits.
There's like 4 guys in the league that are almost impossible to block. TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Joey Bosa, and on his best days, Khalil Mack. I think they're really... No, I should say Aaron Donald, but he's an interior... but there are a handful of guys. Like, I watch TJ Watt and Joey Bosa, and you can just tell people can't block them. Like, they're just too relentless. They rush the passer with like
an anger. And they're also very fast and physical.
Very fast. Very quick for their size.
So they're just a complete package for that position. Watt also has an interception and 2 forced fumbles. He is very much a Steeler.
Oh, yeah.
he defines the Steelers. I also like Mike Tomlin more. He believes in aliens. So that's cool.
Yeah, you do believe in aliens.
I tend to trust people who believe in aliens more, yes.
Yeah, I don't. So that's interesting.
It's a whole universe. Whole universe. You know what I think people get caught up on aliens just for 10 seconds? I think when people think of aliens, they think there's like another planet with other humanoids on it.
Right. You don't.
No.
You think?
I think there's aliens, of course. Like in the whole universe, we're one planet inside of one galaxy.
So you think? The universe, so where do they live?
I don't know. Maybe in another galaxy. So probably in another galaxy.
And they visit through black holes.
That's why would they want to come here?
It may be way nicer there.
That's what I'm saying.
Have you ever thought they don't have winters?
This is why. People are always like, oh, well, if there's no aliens, why didn't they come here? Would you come here? Like, maybe their planet is awesome. They have no reason to leave.
What if they came here, landed in Canton, Ohio, and they're like, it's not that great, we're going. I mean, what if they, seriously.
Canton does have the Hall of Fame, so they might say that for a little while.
What's this game they play called football?
So Cam Newton expressed his frustrations this week about how his season in New England has gone, and Josh McDaniels defended him.
He works extremely hard as any player that I've coached, and he gives us everything he's got. And there's nothing else I could ask for as a coach. Have there been mistakes made? Yeah, that's across the board. There's no question about it. Our whole group, we need better from, but as far as Cam Newton is concerned, he's obviously earned the respect of this entire building, organization, every coach and player in here. The way we feel about him won't change.
I think Cam is going to be a backup on a team next year.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you have Trubisky, now he'd have to be a backup on a team with a very secure starter. He's too big of a star to be a...
Yeah, but he is a star, but I do think that the way things have gone in New England this year, it's not that it's made him any less of a star, but there's just a better understanding around the league and from fans who are really like the people that you would be concerned about making, some sort of pressure to replace the starter, that this is where Cam is right now.
Right.
But having a backup with a lot of starting experience has proved extremely valuable to a lot of teams over the past 2 years. And I think it's changed the perspective on what you should be paying for a backup quarterback and if it's okay to bring in someone like that. Nick Foles, Marcus Mariota, Andy Dalton, Taysom Hill. Like, it's been, look what's going on with the 49ers. If they had someone behind Jimmy Garoppolo who has a very storied injury history, having a solid back, and I'm not saying he would fit with the 49ers. I don't think he would, but there's a lot of value to having a backup like that on your squad. So finally, the Dolphins benched Tua against the Raiders last week, and Ryan Fitzpatrick led the team to a very important win in the playoff race. The difference in play calling when Fitz went into the game sparked some talk the team doesn't trust Tua in those big moments. Offensive coordinator Chan Gailey denied they made any adjustments simply because of the quarterback change.
You have the game plan set up that you go into it with, and then you're in a different mode when you get to the end there. You're in a totally different mode. So it is different because of the situations, not because of the players.
Well, it's kind of interesting because they did air it out a little bit at the end. Now, to Chan's point, they needed to, and Tua is not throwing it downfield very much. I don't know. I think I trust the situation because of Ryan Flores. I think if this was any other team, and I am not a big fan of quarterback by committee.
Yeah,
I don't like this sitting of the rookie. I personally would rather just let Tua lose. Because to me, this is not a Super Bowl year for the Dolphins. It's a step-up year.
Yeah.
You have to find out everything that you have in Tua. And I want to see what Tua does in those big moments.
Yeah. Like the Raiders, he had 3 straight 3-and-outs against that defense, and it's like, you can't do that against the Raiders defense.
Well, you just get into a situation where you have an obligation